So back in the day when Hypixel Skyblock first started, there was literally an unlimited infinite money glitch. And when I say a money glitch, I guess you could call it a money making method, but this method was so cracked, it basically was a glitch. Nowadays people like myself flip, and over the past year to a year and a half, lowballing has definitely taken over. And to be honest, even if you had a cracked drill, mining would be even better at the moment. But no, this money making method wasn't even a grind. You didn't have to sit here and shoveling coal with an AOTV. But no, nothing like that at all. Now, I know this is very uncommon, but when Diaz is the mayor, not only does he give you 25% extra bank interest, also increases the daily NPC shop limit by 10. Now, what this means is if you use a website like Bazaar Tracker, you can come down to top resale. If you click on top resale, it will basically list all the items that will actually make you profit if you buy from an NPC then sell to a Bazaar. Like here, ice is 27.5k profit if you basically buy 640. Which would usually be the limit. Now, it's actually currently Jerry, and ironically enough, I didn't even realise this, it is actually the Diaz perks as well. So now the limits are 6,400. Which means, to be honest, just from simply reselling things from an NPC to the Bazaar at the moment, you could probably make close to 1 million coins a day. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's literally just purely profit, and it's very, very easy to do. Nevertheless, once you've filled your inventory up a few times, you'll still hit the limit, even though it's increased. As you can see here, the limit has been reached. Now this method only works because of the price difference between the NPC and the Bazaar. The Bazaar being the key part in this method. However, the Bazaar hasn't been around forever. As you can see here, the Bazaar was only added in March of 2020, which means prior to that, everything that is now on the Bazaar was on the AH, which is a bit of a mess. The Bazaar was a great introduction. Now we all know when updates are introduced into Hypixel Skyblock, they don't always go too smoothly. Now of course, the alpha server there is basically there to test out updates before they're implemented into the full server, so if there are any disasters, obviously nothing will really be affected. But of course sometimes disasters slip through the cracks and end up on the main server, which is obviously not good. Talking of disasters, it will be a disaster if you're watching and you weren't subscribed. And surprisingly, that's 80% of people who watch. Don't ask me how 20.1 and 80 adds up to 100, you know. What I'm trying to say is, if you're not subscribed and you watch the videos, you need to change that. Also, what's all this about? Of my subscribers, only 15.2% have got the notification bell on. Well, also that needs to change. Also, in the last 28 days, only +1 members. But wait, Nitro's never talks about membership. Well, if I'm plugging everything else, I might as well plug this. Well, if you become a member, you get access to things like the Nitro's logo and the OG logo and Pogfrog and this guy, and also the San Marino flag in your comments. It's pretty cool. Also, you get a special little star next to your name, if you remember. Pretty cool. Also, green name in streams. Also, you get a cool role in the Discord. I'm not trying to force this upon anyone, the perks are pretty much cosmetic, but it helps support me. I would appreciate it. Anyway, well, as that Diaz makes it pretty easy to make some pretty simple coins. And like I said before, when updates are implemented into Skyblock, it's not always too smooth, and there are sometimes issues. But when the Bazaar was first implemented, there wasn't actually any limit to how many items you could buy from an NPC. That means at, well, today's current market prices, you could get an inventory full of packed ice from the NPC, which would make you around about 100k profit, and then quick sell it straight to the Bazaar. Of course, there was no cap to how many times you could do this. Now, of course, at that point, the layout of the hub was quite different to how it is now. But let's, for instance, say that, I don't know, it may take 20 seconds to get a full inventory, go to the Bazaar and sell it. And it's about 100k per inventory, so that's 300k a minute. So potentially if you did it non-stop for an hour, nowadays economy with, well, I guess an estimate of how long it would take to actually get a full inventory and sell at the Bazaar, you'd make 18 million coins in 1 hour. Now, of course, that's just an estimate. At the time, that you may have not made as much profit per inventory, but regardless, even if it was 10 mil an hour, even if it was 5 mil an hour, back in 2020, that was like really good. Obviously, inflation's happened now. Now, the thing is you literally didn't have to have anything at all. You have to have the Bazaar unlocked, which at the time was mining, foraging, and farming level 7, which took about half an hour, and then probably like 50k, you know, just to start yourself off. Now you might think, well, how would this even work? Like, if there was a lot of people just constantly doing this and doing this and doing this, surely that would just completely and utterly ruin the market on the Bazaar. Well, you'd probably be right to think that. Well, first of all, you've got to think of the sheer amount of actual orders up on the Bazaar and offers. And then you've got to think, at first, when this method was really good just after the Bazaar came out, there wasn't a massive amount of people who actually knew about this. But of course, pretty much all insanely cracked money making methods come to an end, and usually because of the same reason, and that's somebody like me or another Skyblock YouTuber wanting some views. And yeah, you guessed it, I remember watching a 30 virus video explaining on how to actually do this. To be honest, I think it had already been patched when I came across it. Yes, this guy right here ruined all of our hopes and dreams. I'm kidding, I would have done it too. And if it wasn't him who made the money making method, there were other people that knew about it when it was really good, and they would have done it too. To be honest, there could have been other people who made that video, and there could have been more people who made that money making method video before him. But I vividly remember watching 30 virus back in 2020 when I first started the game, and yeah, I mean, I was sad that I missed out, to be honest. And then to fix it, the admins implemented a cap of 10 stacks of, well, most things on the NPC so that you can't abuse this method. Which is fair enough. I mean, it's probably the best way to stop it. But props to Jerry. He's provided a bit of nostalgia for pretty much most people who played the game for a long time. And realistically, how often does Diaz actually get elected? So it is kind of refreshing. Also, for the longest time now, since we hit 30k, people have been asking, Nitros, when are you going to San Marino? Nitros, you hit 30k. Nitros, you got YouTube rank. You said when you hit 30k, you're going to go to San Marino. Is Nitros lying? Did Nitros just make us all subscribe? We thought he was going to San Marino and he's not going. He's just scammed us all. No, okay. I'm going. I've booked the tickets, so simmer down. I'm not going to say the exact dates because I don't want some crazy person to just turn up in San Marino hunting me down just looking for anyone with a camera. But it's in February sometime. You'll all know when the video goes up. So if you were thinking about becoming a member, like I said before, and you're really not too sure, think about it like this. When your boy goes to San Marino, it's just like buying him... I assume San Marino's probably quite expensive, maybe a slice of pizza. It's a nice gesture. Nigel, stop being money hungry, just get on with the video. So when you think about it, this old cracked money making method is somewhat similar to the method that I showcased a couple of days ago, which ironically is also dead for the most part now. In this one, you bought from the NPC, sold to the Bazaar. In the other one, essentially, you bought from the Bazaar and sold to the NPC. In fairness, the Bazaar sometimes just makes ridiculous money making methods. But there's one thing that both of these money making methods had in common. Notice I say had, because they no longer work anymore properly. And that's because people expose them, like I said before. But, I mean, it's always going to happen when there's something that's essentially too good to be true. But yeah, I'd pretty much say that wraps up today's video. I hope you all have enjoyed, and if you do remember this money making method or this money making glitch, whatever you want to call it at all, at any point, then let me know. Anyway, if you did enjoy, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.